Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum. This is Nik Kamilia Al Hadid. Today in this video, I would like to share with you guys the thing you should bring for your Umrah, especially those who are going for the first time, the one who are going in the month that is cold season, which is December, January, and February, and then the one who is traveling by yourself without any family members or close friends tagging along with you. You are by yourself. So I hope this video finds you helpful and useful in any kind of ways. So let's get started. The first thing that I would like to discuss is about how many set of clothing or how many set of abayas you should bring. I went for my Umrah. I went there for 13 days. I end up bringing 7 set of abayas, which is not enough, obviously, because the plan is to wash as in send them to laundry, and then also to buy new abayas. I did both of this. I end up spending 70 riyal for the laundry, and I also end up buying 3 set of new abayas, but I did not wear any of them when I was there. I'm gonna explain why and what happened. So why I end up spending 70 riyal on my laundry, because the first round is to wash everything that I wore in Medina. I spent 5 days in Medina. As soon as I reached Mecca, I sent everything that I wore in Medina to the laundry. So that one was the first batch. And then assuming it's supposed to be enough, because you wash them, you can just reuse them again. And I did reuse them again, but what I did not know is that during your tawaf, during your umrah, everything is very physical. When it's physical, meaning you will sweat a lot. One of the advices that is very, very helpful that I watched from a legit mutawif in TikTok is what she said is that make sure you guys are always clean and smells nice when you do your ibadah. It hit me right ahead when I finished my tawaf one day in the morning. I did my tawaf in the morning, and then as soon as I finish, I want to go back to my hotel room. I want to reach for my shoe bag only to realize that I was actually drenching. My abaya was literally wet, and that is when I found out that I actually stinks, and that is one of the reasons why I have to go back to my hotel room, change my clothes, and wear a new clothes for my next prayer time. And that is the reason why I end up sending my clothes to the laundry twice. So the next one will be what happened to the abayas that I bought. I bought 3 abayas and I did not wear any of them. The reason being because the first one will be it's a bit too glam. I feel it's a bit too much to go to the masjid wearing them. And the second one is that you're not supposed to wear anything that you buy immediately because it's not clean. So guys, don't wear whatever that you buy from the store immediately. At least do a pre-wash or do a very quick soaking. And yeah, it's not clean, guys. Just don't. All right, that's done for that. Now moving on to the next point will be about heat tech. I went there in February 2024. Yes, it was cold. Medina dropped to 6 degrees Celsius. Medina temperature was about 6 to 15 degrees Celsius, but Mecca and Taif wasn't that cold. So in February, Mecca and Taif was at average around 18 to 25 degrees Celsius. And that is only in the morning. You don't feel the cold in the afternoon or even at night. What happened is that I brought 2 set of heat tech, 2 tops, 2 pants. What I end up wearing is only 1 top, the heat tech only, and I only wore it to go to Fajr prayer in Medina. So, just let you guys know that I am someone who thinks that 25 degrees Celsius aircon temperature is actually cool. So maybe if you guys are someone who can stand cold, you don't need heat tech. Just an inner wear, anything inside, you wear your inside of your abaya, and then you wear your abaya, and then you wear your jacket on the outside, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be thick. And then you wear your telecon on top of it, it should be more than enough. I hope that helps you guys to make you decide whether you should bring heat tech or not. But if I were to go again in February, I would bring 1 heat tech just in case the temperature dropped too much. Okay, to conclude my very first point on how many clothes you should bring for your Umrah, I would say that if you're going there for 13 days, bring 13 clothes. If you don't have enough, you will end up be me, spending money on laundry and spending money on new abayas. If you guys are on budget, then you might consider you have to think about this thoroughly. But if you're not on budget, then you have to think about space in your luggage, whether you have enough to put your new abayas or not. Okay. And moving on to the second most important thing that you should bring, especially for yourself, is medication. You guys have to bring every single medication of all the type of sickness that you have in your life for as long as you have lived. If 10 years ago you guys have bad experience with diarrhea, make sure you have a medication for diarrhea. The most common sickness that people have during Umrah or after Umrah is coughing or sore throat. What I did is that I bring the cough syrup that works for me. There is a lot of cough syrup out there, but I bring specifically kelapa laut because that thing works wonder for me. I was actually really scared to get sore throat because after my Umrah, I have to do a lot of teaching classes, and teaching requires me to talk. So I have Strepsils and Lozenges prepared in every bag that I have. I have check-in bag, cabin luggage bag, and also handbag. I have it everywhere. Like two packets inside of check-in bag, two packets inside of my cabin bag, and two packets inside of my handbag. That is how paranoid I was and how much I did to avoid having sore throat. So that's about it for the second point, which is about medication. All you gotta do is make sure you guys are ready. Don't think about other people getting it ready for you. No, don't be that. Don't be selfish. Think about yourself. And what I did when I packed this medication medication for Umrah is that I pray every single time I pack it. I put it in my bag. I pray, oh Allah, I don't want to use any of this medication, but if need to, if someone in my jama'ah or someone in my group need to, let me give it to them. It is much more important that I don't need it. Just make sure that what I have is helpful for other people. Yeah, that's what I did. And Alhamdulillah, I did not get any bad sickness after and during my Umrah. Before we proceed to the next point, I'll just list out all the medication lagi, ya Allah ya Tuhanku, medication that I bring for my Umrah in the description box down below for your reference. Okay, I hope it will be helpful for you guys. Alright, for the next one, it will be about telekong or prayer wear. What I brought is one normal size telekong and two mini telekong. If I were to go again for my Umrah, I'll bring the same amount of telekong as well. The big one and two minis one. The minis one, I got it from TikTok. It was about 40 ringgit and it has pocket. So it's really useful and really affordable. If I have and if I can find the link, I'll share it. It's somewhere in this picture or at least in the description box down below. Okay, if you guys think that it's a lot, remember my first point again. When you spend your time in Masjid al Haram, it can be quite physical. You will be sweaty and it will be dirty, so just make sure you have backup to change for your next prayer, for you to be cleaner and smell nicer. Okay, for the next one, it will be about shoes. By this time, if you have done a lot of studies, you will know that a lot of people suggested for a shoe bag. You need to put your shoe in the shoe bag and you have to bring it everywhere you go, even though you are praying inside of the masjid. Okay, so one of the tips that I want to do here, want to add here, want to share here is bring a flexible thin slippers that will be easy for you to just slot inside your bag, not a bulky one that will be heavy and consuming space in your bag. So yeah, that's it. Just bring a simple thin lightweight slippers, and obviously you need a shoe bag. Please have a shoe bag. It will be better if you can have the backpack kind of like a shoe bag. For the backpack type of shoe bag, actually I think it's a very important thing, especially for the ladies. I have a backpack handbag and I wear it every single time, and I find it very useful when I was doing my tawaf, and especially when I'm getting closer to the Kaaba. You know how the situation around Kaaba is, right? People are pushing, men and women are mixed around, so having the backpack behind your bag will in some way make you feel safer, just in case if there is a man behind your back slamming behind you. So I would suggest you guys to have a backpack. It does not matter whether it's your shoe bag or it's your handbag. Just have a backpack. Now, adding more points to shoes, it will be about tawaf shoes. If you guys are on TikTok, you will see that people are selling tawaf shoes. I saw that. I did not buy any of it. I brought a three set of thick socks for me to wear during my Umrah and during my tawaf, thinking that is enough, but it's actually not. So I would suggest for those who are not used to physical workout, for those who are not used to walk a lot, it is better for you to have these tawaf shoes. Wear it because it will be less hurtful on the sole of your feet. So now if you guys are deciding to buy the tawaf shoes, make sure you buy it early. Don't buy it last minute. Just in case if the one that came is the wrong size, you can like reorder again to the correct size, because that's one of the reasons why I did not buy it, because I don't know what's coming and whether the size is going to be suitable or not for me. Yeah, that was a bad reason, right? Okay, now done with the shoes. Now we're going to move forward to skincare. So again, I will be talking about how is it like during the cold season. So cold season meaning it's going to be very really dry, and it was. So what I did is that I have three type of moisturizer that I wear back home, and I bring all three of them, and I wore all three of them when I was there. If it's in Malaysia, I'll just do one each according to my skin type, my skin situation at that time, and also the weather of Malaysia, whether it's humid or a bit dry or a bit hot and things like that. But in Mecca and Medina, I think it was worse in Medina because Medina was really cold. I literally drenched my face with all three moisturizers that I have. Now, don't assume that you have to take care of your face only. You have to moisturize your hand and your leg as well. I will say that that two part will become even worse if you don't take care of them. For me, my heel was crack-lacking. It was so bad. I was literally drenching and putting all the moisture. It's not all. I have only one type of moisturizer for my body. I put that moisturizer. It's not enough. What happened when I come back in Malaysia is that I end up having to go to a spa to like scrub the dead skin off the heel. That is how bad it was. Do not forget your body, especially your hand and your feet. Make sure you buy a good moisturizer. I'll put the picture of my moisturizer that I wore right here if I can find it. If not, it will be listed in the description box down below. Okay? Alrighty, the second point, we already passed that. The next point will be about thermos for hot drink. My friend actually suggested me to have this or to bring thermos, and I did bring it. I just did not end up using it because I don't drink hot drinks. Okay, what happened is that I find it very, very useful. If you are taking hot drinks from the dining area of the hotel, you can put it inside the thermos and then you can bring it to your hotel room and then you can drink and feel good about it. If you are not taking any hot drinks from the dining area and you want to make one at your room, then it will be better if you make it in your thermos. And if you are making a hot drink at your room in your thermos, you can bring that hot drink to the masjid safely and it will still be warm. That's the advantage of having a thermos for your hot drink. Something happened in front of my eyes about this hot drink thingy ni kan. When we were eating lunch at the dining areas, one of the jemaah from took the hot tea inside a plastic bottle. Yes, she did. And what happened? The plastic bottle cannot handle it. It started to melt in front of everyone, and the water spills everywhere. So that is one of the reasons why I suggested and talk about taking hot drinks in the dining area to go to your room, because I believe you will do so. You will need the hot drink, especially if you go there during the cold season. Hot drink will be so cozy and warm. So if you are going there during the cold season, make sure you have thermos for yourself. Okay? That was for drinks. Now we'll move on to light and healthy snacks. So light and healthy snack will be useful for you if you are traveling here and there, going for ziarah, or your immigration takes too long. things like this, things that you do not expect, and you are someone who has gastritis like me, I always have a snack ready in my bag to just back up in case I skip or almost skipping a lunch or meal time. So I have it ready to make sure that I do not have gastritis. So for those who have tendency to get gastric, to get airy in your stomach, make sure you have Gaviscon if you talk about medication, and you have light and healthy snacks in your bag ready to go, ready for you to eat it. Okay? So further elaboration or explanation about this light and healthy snack, it is actually one of the best part, one of my best experience in during my Umrah is distributing these candies to the people in the masjid. I wasn't really actually the one who distributed. I have two kids in my jama'ah and I just give it to them, and this kid give it to other people, kids and some adults. So these light candies, snacks, and all these things that you want to distribute to people, you can buy at Eco Shop and Mr. DIY. It's actually very, 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 very affordable there. You can have a lot. Just make sure you pick the one that easy to handle so that you won't mess things in your luggage, bringing it in. Okay? So have it is part of sedekah. Okay? I have about four more points to talk about. Bear with me. All right. The next one will be about mini spray bottle to take your wudu. Okay, hear me out. Masjid al Haram is actually so big. There is a lot of toilet, but even though there is a lot of toilet, it's quite a distance to walk to the toilet. Have the spray bottle ready. If you walk to the masjid and you have a good spot, you're already sitting, you're waiting for the azan, suddenly you farted, then at least the spray bottle is there to back up, to make to make it easier for you to take your wudu again. The last 3 point will be prayer mat. Even though it's masjid, even though you're going to the masjid, even though it's the biggest masjid in the world, Masjid al-Haram and Masjid Nabawi, but there is no prayer mat provided. Okay, hear me out. There is a carpet for you to pray on, but the carpet, especially the one in Masjid Nabawi, the one outside, it's not clean. People literally walk with their shoes on the carpet. So guys, if you're praying, whether it's inside the masjid or outside the masjid, do not assume that the carpet is clean. Yes, they clean it every single day, but some people are just irresponsible. They walk with their shoes on the carpet. So have your prayer mat ready. Okay? Next one will be for the ladies. Panty liners and pads. If you know that you're not getting your period anytime soon, but just make sure you have the pads ready, because I was actually expecting my period to be after I reach Malaysia, after I finish my Umrah, but because of the whole situation, the physical changes in the environment and things like that, I end up having my period a bit early and I did not have any pads ready. What happened is that I only wear the daily wear, the short one, when it's actually during the heavy season. I went to the airport. I asked all the shops at the airport whether they have the long or night wear, night pads, nighttime pads. They don't have any of it. So I was like a bit traumatized. So I'm sharing with you guys, even though you're not expecting your period to come, but make sure you have it ready. Okay? The same rule applies here. You have it ready. If you're not using it, it's okay. Just say to Allah, just pray to Allah. If anyone in my jama'ah, if any of the ladies need it, you will be there to help them. Hopefully, Allah will reward you tremendously. It's about the panty liners. Panty liners, be whether you are not getting your period, you're not on your period or anything like that, just wear your panty liners. I'm not sure whether you guys are used to it, but panty liners is a very easy way for you to stay clean. Remember, when you have your discharges, you cannot pray when you have discharges on your panties and on yourself. Again, I repeat, you cannot pray if you have discharges on your panties and on yourself. So wearing your panty liners will be an easier way for you to clean yourself if you are having a very active discharge. And just remember, when you clean yourself, change your panty liners or things like that, make sure you wipe off that part and to make sure there is no excesses remaining on your body, because you have to make sure your panties are clean and you yourself are clean. That is the way. I actually read it in Mufti page if I'm not mistaken. If it's not Mufti page, it's somewhere else. But if I can find it, I'll put it in back in the description box down below to further add on this explanation why I talk and emphasize about these discharges. Okay, guys. And we are down to the last point, and that will be Umrah essentials. Umrah essential will be nail clippers, scissors, and shavers. You guys know that no hair can fall when you are in your ihram, so make sure you shave everything that you can shave before niyat ihram. So that is why you need a shaver. And nail clippers is also before your niyat ihram. Cut your nails short because when you have long nails and you scratch your head, that will be a tendency for your hair to fall off. So have your nails short. So bring your nail clippers, and obviously for your tahallul, the last part of your umrah, you need a scissors. Do not think that someone else will bring it. Bring it yourself. That's kind of like my pengajaran for myself as well. Okay, so Umrah essential will be your last point for today. That's it. That's all for this video. I hope everything that I say, which I think there's about 12 points that I mentioned and I talked about, is very useful and helpful in for you. In somewhat you guys are entertained, that would be great as well. Please do subscribe and like this video. It will be meaningful and helpful to me. I hope you guys can do that. That's it. Okay, thank you for watching. This is Nikemila Al Hadid. If you're going to your Umrah, please pray that I can go again with my family, with my beloved one as well. Alright, this is Nikemila Al Hadid over and out. Assalamualaikum.